Hey everybody, I'm Reverend Jim Keat, the digital minister at the Riverside Church, and this is The Word Made Fresh, the weekly video Bible study where we take a look at one of the lectionary passages, we talk about it, and then we, have a conversation in the comments. In today's episode, we're going on a run. Here we go. So today's psalm, it's doing a couple things that I think we definitely want to pay attention to, but before we really dive into those two things, we should just hear it. So let's just have a seat and listen to the psalm.
Psalm chapter 66, verses 1 through 12. Make a joyful noise to God, all the earth. Sing the glory of God's name. Give to God glorious praise. Say to God, how awesome are your deeds because of your great power. Your enemies cringe before you. All the earth worships you. They sing praises to you. Sing praises to your name. Come and see what God has done. God is awesome in God's deeds among mortals. God turned the sea into dry land. They passed through the river on foot. There, we rejoiced in God, who rules by God's might forever, whose eyes keep watch on the nations. Let the rebellious not exalt themselves. Bless our God, O peoples. Let the sound of God's praise be heard, who has kept us among the living and has not let our feet slip. For you, O God, have tested us. You have tried us as silver is tried. You brought us into the net. You laid burdens on our back. You let people ride over our heads. We went through fire and through water, yet you have brought us out to a spacious place.
The first half of this psalm is all about creation. I think in the world we live in today, it's really easy to just kind of race past the world around us, the created world around us. So I think maybe the first invitation of this text is to just stop for a minute and be present with what we can see and hear around us. So before we move to the second half of the psalm, which is fantastic, just wait for it, let's start by just looking at the world around us. Come on, let's go check it out as I run around this marsh. Here you go. Okay, just to clarify, that is not creation making a joyful noise. Bad noise. Bad noise. So, the first half of the psalm is all about creation praising God, which if we would just slow down once in a while to notice it, maybe we would hear that call to worship all around us. So, thing number one, slow down. This passage is simply inviting us to be present with the world around us. What do you notice when you slow down and are present with the world around you? Hold on, I need to slow down and do some stretches. Then we'll get to part two. Okay, the second part of the psalm is echoing back to the book of Exodus, specifically the story at the beginning of Exodus where the people are brought out of slavery in Egypt. So you see some of the language right there. The psalm talks about the sea turning into dry land and passing through fire and passing through water. Both of those are direct allusions to the story of Exodus, the whole Red Sea parting. Remember that from the Ten Commandments, whether you saw the Charlton Heston version or the fantastic animated version. And then the whole passing through fire, passing through water, pillar of fire, water, it's the same thing again. Hey, here comes the sun. Whoa, that's bright. Yeah, that's a little better. This second half is all drawing back to this thing that God had done for the people of Israel. And the psalm is calling the people of Israel to remember what God has done, to realize the way God will continue to do that again. Chances are this psalm was written or crafted or used when the people were in exile in Babylon, kind of in another form of slavery, wondering, where's God? And so they first listen to the world around them. Oh yeah, there's God. And then they think back to what God had done previously and think, oh yeah, God is still with us and maybe God will even do that again. So, for all of us in kind of Bible study mode, I think the same call is true for us. What are the things from our past that God has done? What is our Exodus story, the thing where God has saved us and brought us through that difficult moment? And how can we find hope for God to bring us forward in that in the future? So leave some comments, and first comment on what you noticed when you kind of took a walk outside or just kind of went on this run with me. Hey, the sun's behind a cloud. And then thing number 2, what has God done for you, and how does that inspire you for what God might still do going forward? All right, we got to finish my run. We'll see you next week with another episode of The Word Made Fresh. Here we go. This is amazing. This is Sterling State Park, by the way, just south of Detroit, Michigan.